Hello and welcome back. Today is Friday, March 28th. I have your two best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. We get an interesting 7-game slate to say the least here today. 7-game slate. I don't know why I'm stuttering again there. 7-game slate. 6 of the 7 games have a 6-point spread or higher. Interesting slate to say the least. A lot of these games are ultimate tank commander off games over here. There's one game that's massive playoff implications, and that's the NBA primetime game. That's the Suns-Wolves. This game means a lot for both of these teams. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they're in that seeding where they're right in the 6th seed. They're half game back of the 6th seed here. They're in the 8th. They're in the play-in spot. They are right there overall to get into the 6th seed spot where they don't have to play in any NBA play-in. So this is a massive game for the Wolves. And then the Suns, they are the outside looking in right now. They are outside the play-in. If they want to make the play-in or at least make a playoff push with this Devin Booker, Kevin Durant team, this is the game. They are behind the Mavericks now. They are not looking good overall. The next best game on the slate here tonight is Knicks versus the Bucks. This game means a little more to the Bucks because they need it for seeding, where the Knicks are kind of solidified in that 3 spot here. But the Bucks, they can go up to that 4 seed and host a playoff game, which is huge, or they could stay in this 5th or even drop back down behind the Pistons. Speaking of the Pistons, they play the Cavs here early on. No Cade Cunningham in that matchup, though. I'm a little disappointed. Wish Cade was playing. That game would mean a lot more, but there's no Cade, so there's no problem in that game. Cavs, this game doesn't really mean much for them. They own that top spot. This means a lot for the Pistons, but their Pistons are pretty much locked into that 6th seed. Unless the Bucks continue to reel, they could maybe move up to the 5th, but the Pistons seem pretty locked in. James Harden returning back to Brooklyn. 213 over-under, lowest over-under on the day, and one of the bigger spreads on the day. Clippers 12-point favorite. This means a lot more for the Clippers than the Nets. The Nets, they're their ultimate tanking, and the Clippers, they need it because they're out in the wild, wild west right now overall. Charlotte versus Toronto, that is a massive tankathon game. So if you're a tankathon fan like me, and an NBA sicko, that's a big one for NBA lottery standings over here. Golden State, New Orleans Pelicans, 225. Golden State, second biggest spread on the day. My bad. 12-point favorites. That game's going to be a fugazi. We're probably going to get a lot of late injury news with the Pelicans like they normally do overall. There's going to be no Zion, no CJ McCollum, and I forget who else is on the Pelicans anymore. But we're going to get some late bogus news on that game. Golden State Warriors, maybe Stephen Curry will be playing, but if I'm them, I probably will just keep resting him overall. I think they can win without him in this matchup. And then the biggest spread on the day, the highest over-under on the day, is Utah versus Denver, 237 over-under. Denver, 16-point favorite here at home. Big game for them. They're in the 4th seed. They're trying to hang around that 3-2 seed area. Overall, big game for them for playoff seedings. I think they're right behind the Grizzlies as well, or they're just ahead of every one of the Lakers and all that. But interesting 7-game slate. They know baseball's returning here today. They know college basketball, how incredible those games were last night. Last night's in sports, I'm just going to talk about for a second, was incredible. That Chicago Bulls game winner was freaking crazy. I didn't think they would do it. A little foreshadowing, we had the Kobe White over. He daggered it with that 3, but holy freaking shit, man. That game was incredible. The lazy inbound to the Josh Giddey from across the court was incredible. That led us into that Texas A&M matchup last night versus Arkansas. That game was incredible. I was doing my best to stay up, and I stayed up and watched. I was in my living room doing the old, do I go to my bed, do I not? But I'm so glad I stayed up. That game was first overtime game. That game was chef's kiss. And then baseball was incredible. I'm not a Sox fan, but hey, the Sox are the best team in Chicago right now. Overall, good day in Chicago overall, but fun sports day yesterday. Hopefully we can continue this momentum. And before we jump into today's 2 plays, we got to recap yesterday's action. And yesterday in the NBA, ended up going 3-0 in best bets yesterday. It's been a nice run, 6-0 run. Been fun overall. Jared Allen, man, you son of a bitch. You had 2 points in the first half. He dunked it with 7 seconds left. And I was like, man, he had a great matchup. No Evan Mobley. What is going on? Second half puts up 22 points for us. What a great second half from him. It was one of those that I quit watching the game because all those other games were going on, obviously. But I went back in the 4th quarter and just was shocked that he took as many shots as he did after 2-point first half. That's how you like it. Tyler Hero, he was pretty much, little more sweat free. He was kind of pretty consistent the whole game. He was splashing threes pretty late in the first quarter, but after he hit a few shots, I felt really good about it. And Kobe White, like I just said, it took a Josh Giddey steal for us to bang that over. We needed just a basket, a two, and he banged a three. That game was absolutely incredible. Super fun day of sports. Fun week so far. And then Josh OMB 3 in the comment sections with, oh man, I'm horrible with names. Tate Martell. I'm horrible at names, but he had over 1.5 bases overall. He smacked in the first one in the Cubs baseball game. Love tailing you guys in the comment section, so thank you, man. That was sweat-free. Just first at bat, checking the book, got the DK notification right away. Was awesome. But that was yesterday. Today's a new day, and let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, going to be in this Wolves-Phoenix Suns matchup here. This game means a lot for both of these teams, and going down in the stretch here, I'm mostly going to be taking these games that mean something for these players, because a lot of these other teams and games, they could just do the old, oh, they're hurt, they're Olay, they're out for the game, or I'm trying to think of a name, Zion. Let's just give Zion the less minutes this game. I just see people doing that overall, but going to be in this Phoenix Suns Minnesota Timberwolves fan game here overall. 7-point favorite for the Wolves, 226 over under, and Anthony Edwards has a great spot here overall. So give me Ant-Man to go over 27.5 points, coming in at minus 125 on ESPNBET. He has a great matchup here overall. And come on, love that narrative. Kevin Durant is his favorite player growing up, so there's a little extra narrative over there. He's going to step it up in here. He's coming in this matchup with 2 straight unders overall, 3 for his last 5, averaging 28.4 points per game. With the last 2 games, him getting unders, today's a great day to get that over. 17 points in back-to-back games. One of those games was a complete blowout, and they didn't need him, and the other game after that was a low-scoring one. This matchup here, this game means a lot for both teams, and he has a great matchup here overall. The Phoenix Suns allowed the 4th most points and the 2nd most threes to the shooting guard position these last 30 games here overall. The Phoenix Suns, these last 15 games, allowed the 3rd most points to the shooting guard position. So this is a great spot for Anthony Edwards to bounce back, because he's bounced back before against them overall. 4 for his last 5 against the Suns, averaging 35.4 points per game. With the last 5 games, he's had 36, 40, 24, 33, and 44 points in his most recent matchup here overall. Phoenix ranks 27th in straightaway threes. My little 2K hot zone, that little straightaway 3 spot. Anthony Edwards takes 51% of his shots from there, so the spot he likes to take the majority of his shots from is a green light for him in this matchup. 27th in straightaway threes. He's going to bang a few threes for us overall. He's going over 6 for his last 10 games overall, averaging 26.6 points per game. So overall, decent consistency here overall. I'm picking this game mostly because the Suns, they're struggling with the shooting guard, the Kevin Durant narrative. This game means a lot for both of these teams out west. So I think this game's going to be really competitive overall. And shooting guards have felt the sun god bless them overall. Gary Trent Jr., 19. Ty Jerome had 16. Kobe White, 24. Austin Reeves had 28. And Jalen Green had 29 plus points. I have him projected at 30 plus points in this matchup. So give me Ant-Man to ball out. Hopefully we get some nice little shit talking between him and Kevin Durant. So give me Anthony Edwards to go over 27.5 points, coming in minus 125 on ESPNBET. Jumping into a second play of the day, I'm staying in that same game. This game means a lot to both of these teams. The Suns are on the outside looking in, and this man has been a man on a mission these last few games. We've taken his overs these few games in a row, and I think we're getting the same number as last game. I'm going to be taking it. He has a great matchup here overall, so that's Kevin Durant. Give me KD to go over 25.5 points, coming at minus 125 on DraftKings. He has a great matchup here overall. The Timberwolves allowed the 8th most points to the power forward position. The Timberwolves allowed the 10th most points to the power forward position these last 15 games. So they've been struggling to defend the power forward position, and Kevin Durant has been white hot. As we know, he's averaging 30 points, 4 for his last 5 games. With the last 4 games, him having 26, 42, 38, and 30 in these last 4 games here overall. He's been balling out, and he's been balling out against this Timberwolves team overall. Getting the over 3 for his last 4, averaging 29.2 points per game with the last 4 against the Wolves. Him scoring 25, 33, 33, and 26 in the most recent matchup here overall. This game means a lot for seeding. They're on the outside looking in. Unless the Suns really do pack it away here, I don't think they will. I think Kevin Durant, I think he loves basketball a little too much. I think Devin Booker as well. They're going to have that, like I said, just the last second. There's going to be that moment, KD and Anthony Edwards talking shit to each other, and I think Kevin Durant and both of them are going to have a great game like they have these last few games against each other overall. 57% hit rate on the season, 61% hit rate with no Bradley Beal in the lineup. So no Beal, no problem with KD. He's averaging 28 points per game with no Bradley Beal in the lineup overall. Where KD takes 23% of his shots is in that one step in from the three-point range. That's where Minnesota ranks 24th. So that little 2K hot zone inside the key, all over the key. They rank 24th in points allowed from there. Kevin Durant's the king of doing that little roll, stop, pop, little mid-range shot. 23% of his shots come from there. Has a great spot matchup over there. Minnesota allows big games to the power forward position over here overall. Obi Toppin had 20. Kelly Olynyk, 13. Paolo Banchero, 43. Harrison Barnes, 15. And Miles Bridges had a 23-point game, so a lot of points overall. I have him projected at 27-plus points in this game, so we're going to get a nice point and a half over cushion. This game means a lot. This is a playoff game kind of overall atmosphere. It's on primetime on NBA TV. Kevin Durant 4 for his last 5. He's going to make it 5 for his last 5 here in a great matchup. Minnesota allowing the 8th most points to the power forward position. So give me Kevin Durant to go over 25.5 points coming at -125 on DraftKings. And those are my 2 best bets for you in the NBA today. Yeah, 2 chalky plays and the only primetime game, but it's the only game when I'm looking at the menu here overall that means a lot for both of these teams. The Suns, they're currently the 11th seed. They're trying to get back in the play-in, so they need to try in this matchup. Wolves, it maybe not need as much as for them here, but they need this matchup for playoff seeding out west. The other good game on the slate is Knicks versus Bucks, lower over under, and I'm not fully sure with the lineup yet. I have to really more dive into that matchup overall, but interesting slate to say the least. 7-game slate. 6 of the games have a 6-point spread or higher. Let me know down below what's your favorite play in the NBA. Could be in baseball. Yesterday you got Josh O in the comment section with baseball. Love it, man. I'll probably get into baseball as the season goes on, but I'm dabbling my feet, checking out things as the season goes on, getting used to looking at everything overall. While you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate the support here overall. Been a fun run this week, but job's not done. I'm not satisfied. Today's a new day. 0-0 today. Not have yet to do anything today, so beautiful day here overall. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.